Hold on. Okay, let me test my microphone first. Let me test my audio settings. Hello, hello.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yep. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay, is it good now? Okay, good. Okay, all right. Okay, let me take a look at what or do you have anything on your mind you want to talk about?
No, not actually.
Okay. If not, then we will look at where we left off last lesson, and we'll continue from where we left off last lesson.
Sure.
Okay, let me search for this is the one. So what have you been busy with? Anything?
Not a lot.
A lot. Okay, good to hear that.
My university is currently just send me an email.
Mm-hmm.
We will not have just send me an email how we're not gonna have a proper lesson.
Your university means your university in Canada?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not gonna have proper school
Until
the winter term. That's in December.
oh, okay. Okay.
Whole term I'll be in Singapore.
Okay. So by the way, you are supposed to start in in September, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And right now, your first term is going to be cancelled, so you have to wait until December to. Okay. Okay. And that is also tentative. Okay. So we still have to see. We still have to see whether this virus is contained. Then only you can talk about going to school in December. But anyway, regardless, let's look at where we left off last lesson, and we will continue from there. Okay. Yeah. So last lesson, we were here. Okay, 11b.8. Okay, right now, let's continue from here. Okay, let's start with 6. Okay, let's start with 6. Okay, let me get 6 over. Can you see my screen? Is it big enough?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let me start with question 6, and then you will try question 7. Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, good. So over here, okay, question 6, it says find constants a and b such that a square is equal to small a times your capital A plus your small b times an identity matrix. Okay, so right here, for a equal to here, so basically for part A, right, for part A, your matrix A is actually given by this. Okay, so this is your matrix A for part A. Okay. And then what you do is you are going to square this. Okay, and I hope you still remember for matrix, right, you can't just square this matrix
Yeah.
like like you do for the algebra. Okay, you can't do this way. Okay, you can't do it this way. Okay, so what you can do instead is you have to do it in the matrix way. So you have to times itself. Okay, so when you times itself, so this is a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, and then this is also a 2 by 2 matrix. So first thing first, because this 2 and this 2 is the same, so therefore the product is valid. Okay, so this 2 is equal to this 2, so this is a valid product. Okay, so since the product is valid, so therefore you will end up with a 2 by 2. Okay, you will end up with a 2 by 2. Okay, so your job is to fill up the blanks. Okay, so you have 4 blanks to fill up. Okay, let's start with the first one. So the first one is given by this 1, 2 and 1 and minus 1, right? So the first one is 1 times 1 and then plus 2 times minus 1 is minus 2, so you end up with minus 1. Yep, so you end up with minus 1. Okay, and then this blank is given by this, the 1, 2 and then the 2 and 2. So 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, so 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay, okay, then you go for the third blank, which is here. So this blank is given by this. Okay, so minus 1 times 1 is minus 1, and then plus the minus 2, so it's minus 3. Okay, then the fourth blank here is given by this minus 1 and 2, and then 2 and 2. So you will get minus 1 times 2 is minus 2, 2 times 2 is 4, so you get minus 2 plus 4 is 2. Okay, so basically this is the answer for a squared. Okay, okay, so now with this, then you can actually have the left hand side already. So the left hand side is a squared, right, which is given by this matrix. So now you have this minus 1, 6, minus 3 and 2. Okay, this is your left hand side, and now you have your a times your big A, which is given by this. So it's 1 minus 1 2 2, right? And you are supposed to have your B times your identity matrix. So what do you think? So your identity matrix has to be a 2 by 2 matrix as well, right?
Yeah.
The reason is for addition of matrix. Okay, for addition of matrix, in order for the addition to be valid, okay, you are supposed to have a matrix of the same order. So let's say if this is a 1 by 1, so this has to be 1 by 1. Okay, in order for the addition of matrix to be valid. So if this is a 2 by 2, your this has to be 2 by 2 as well, in order for the addition of matrix to be valid. Okay, so therefore your this is a 2 by 2 identity matrix. So what is your identity matrix? Can you still remember?
1 0 0 1.
Yes, you're right. So what you do here is you can actually find out what is your right hand side. Okay, I'm going to the next slide. Okay, let me get this into a let me get the last part to the next slide. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to focus on my right hand side. So I need to times in my A. So I get A, I get 2A, I get minus A, and I get 2A. Okay, that's for my first term. And then my second term will be B, 0, 0, and b. Okay, so this is my second term. And now what you do is you are going to combine, right? You're going to combine your first term and second term. So your a plus your b. Okay, next this will be 2a, and over here will be minus a, and then over here will be 2a plus b. Okay, so I hope you understand so far. Okay, very straightforward. Okay, so now you just compare your right hand side to the left hand side, and what you get, a plus b is minus 1, right? Can you see? Match.
Yeah.
Okay, and then of course you can match the second one. 2a is equal to 6. Okay, then by the way, just by this you can see a is equal to 3, right? So with a equals to 3, right, then you just sub your a equals to 3 into your first equation. So 3 plus b is equal to minus 1. So this shows that your b is equal to minus 4, right? Sorry, so that's supposed to get minus 4. Okay, this is from this. Okay, so that helps you, to figure out your a and your b. Okay, which is what you need to find in the question for part A. Okay, so now let me pass the question part B to you. Okay, you can make use of my a square here, so you don't have to do the a square part. Okay, so I will pass part B to you. Can you do it on a piece of paper? So part B. Pardon?
Effect on my paper.
Ah, okay.
Really, you can see how sudden this is because I packed up all my stuff, and they say you're not going anymore.
I mean, you can still go. I mean, you can still go to Canada and stay in Canada, but you just stay in your Canada house, right?
And we were planning on negotiating ending the rental for the house for the apartment early, right? But now it's unnecessary.
But hold on, I thought you have your own house over there, right?
I mean, in Singapore.
No, Canada. Do you have a house in Canada?
I'm talking about the condo in Singapore. It's supposed to end in December.
Then you just extend it. It's okay. All right.
Yeah. We're planning on, like, no, it's unnecessary anyway because it's unnecessary anyway.
Unnecessary to extend it here, or
no? Like we were negotiating to shorten, right?
Shorten?
Early.
Here.
No.
But now what you're going to do then?
Nothing. Just let the contract run out.
Okay. And the contract is going to expire
In December.
December. Oh, okay. Good. But anyway, these days you can easily find a place to stay, because these days there are many people who move out of Singapore because of being laid off. Uh, so you don't have to worry about getting a place to stay in Singapore these days. It's quite affordable nowadays.
Especially this time.
Yeah. Okay, so part B, yes.
Function.
Are you done?
No.
Okay. It should be pretty easy. Yeah.
Can you show the last page?
You mean over here, or the
Yeah.
previous slide?
The last slide, the previous slide, this slide. Yeah. No, the previous slide.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Your A has changed. Your A has changed. So that means your A square is no longer this one. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah, okay. I'm so sorry. Yeah. All right. Can I move to? Yep. So this one doesn't help. So let me erase this. So can we verify what is your A square first?
A square is 11,426.
Okay, 11, 4, 2, 6. Okay, let me let's verify it together. So this is given by this one, right? I'm right?
Yeah.
So it seems to me this should be 3 times 1 is 3, and then 1 times negative 2, it should be 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2, you're supposed to get 1 here, right? Then?
Yeah.
So it's not 4, huh? Sure you should get.
Wait, what?
Okay, so 3 times 1 plus 1 times negative 2. So it's 3 minus 2, right? So you're supposed to get 1, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So you're supposed to get minus 1 here. You're supposed to get 1 here, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're supposed to get 1. Okay, let's verify your this 2. So 2 times 3 is 6. This one is correct. And 2 times 1, and then, yep. So the rest are correct. Okay, so with this, so what you need to do is now you need to focus on the right hand side. Okay, or rather you can actually yep. So you have you just a times this, so you have 3a, and then you have 1a, and then you have 2a, and then you have minus 2a. Okay, that's your first term. And then next you have your b. Similarly, you have your b0, 0, and b.
Right.
Okay, and now you just have to pick your 11 is equal to 3a plus b, right? And then clearly you can see your 2a is equal to 2. I'm talking about this term. Okay, so you can clearly see your A is actually 1. Then after that, you just sub your A equals to 1 into this. Okay, so your B is actually, so you get 11 is equal to 3 plus B, so your B is 8. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's your answer. Okay, so then we have completed question 6. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think question 7 is also similar. Okay, question 7 is also similar. So we are not going to do question 7. So it's similar. So let's move on to the next part. Okay, which is called the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, okay, in fact, over here it shows us, okay, last time when we have a simultaneous equation, okay, when we have a simultaneous equation, I hope you still remember what is a simultaneous equation. So it looks like this. Okay, this is called a simultaneous equation. Okay, so this is our equation 1 and this is our equation 2. Okay, so what we learned last time when it comes to solving simultaneous equation is we can do it by, so we have a few methods. Okay, number 1 is substitution. Okay, and then we also have elimination. Okay, we can also use a graphical, and of course we can also use our calculator. Okay, some of the calculators are powerful enough to solve simultaneous equations. Okay, so let me just quickly show you how do you use substitution to solve these two equations. Okay, so you can actually change your 1 to so y is equal to 3 minus x. Am I right? So with this, and what you do, you just sub this into your equation 2 and you are getting this. So can you see your y is this, so your y is this, so you just sub your y into this, replace it with 3 minus x, so you can clearly see you will get 3 plus x equals to 4, and then x is equal to 1. So once you have found x equals to 1, so you just put it back into this, and you can see that your y is actually equals to 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so this is how you use substitution to solve your these simultaneous equations. Okay, you will get these two answers. Okay, now the other way is you can also use elimination. Okay, the other way is you can also use elimination. So let me quickly go through how you can use elimination. So same thing, you have your equation 1 and equation 2. So can you see that you have y in both equations, and what you need to do is you can take equation 2 minus your equation 1, and if you take equation 2 minus equation 1, what you get, 2x minus x is x. Y minus y, they cancel each other, and then 4 minus 3 is 1. Okay, so in fact if you use elimination, and straight away you get your x equals to 1. Okay, so once you have found your x equals to 1, and you just put it into your equation 1, so very fast you can get your y equals to 2. Okay, so this is another way, okay, to solve this simultaneous equation. Okay, you use elimination. Okay, graphical. Okay. Do you know how to use graphical to solve? Do you have any idea?
Graphic, yeah, just like put it into the graph. And
yes. Okay. So let me just quickly do it. So you're right. So let's So let's say this is your 0, and then this is your 1, this is your 2, and this is your 3. This is your x-axis, and over here you have 2, and then you have 4. Okay, and then what you do is first you draw this equation first. So this equation is if you change it to y equals to minus x plus 3, right? So how do you draw this? When x equals to 0, you are supposed to get y equals to plus 3. So it's somewhere here. Okay, and when x equals to 1, your y is 2, so it's here. Okay, so you draw your this first equation out first. So actually with 2 points, you can already draw your, so this is your equation 1, which is this. Okay, and then what you do is you need to draw this equation 2 out as well. So before you draw this out, you can actually change it to this format. So y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. Okay, so now when x equals to 0, y equals to 4, so that means somewhere here. Okay, and then when x equals to 2, and you are supposed to get y equals to 0, so you have second point, and then with this you can actually link them up. And here it should touch your 0. Okay, good. So basically this is your, this line is your equation 2. So with this, can you see that the intersection point is here?
Yeah.
So the intersection points 1 and 2 is actually the solution. Okay, the intersection point by these two equations is actually the solution to your this equation 1 and equation 2. Okay? Yeah, so over here is x equals to 1, y equals to 2. So that's how you use a graphical method to solve. Okay, so when it comes to a calculator, I can't show you by calculator, so let's skip this for today. So by the way, so when you have learned matrix, actually there is also one more method to solve the above, which is matrix. So today we are going to talk about how we can make use of matrix to solve simultaneous equations. Okay?
Okay.
Yep. So today we will focus on using matrix to solve simultaneous equations. Okay? So let's look at your this book. So first thing first, you see we can solve this, okay, algebraically to get x equals to 5 and y equals to minus 2. So over here is either by substitution, elimination, graphical. Okay, and this system can be written as the matrix equation. Okay, can you see this is a matrix equation? Okay, and then this is your left hand side, and then this is your right hand side. Okay, so the solution x equals to 5, y equals to minus 2 is easily checked as, okay, so you can actually check whether if you put in your x equals to 5 into x, and then your y equals to minus 2 into your y, and whether your left hand side is actually equal to your right hand side, and over here it shows it's valid. So that's why your x equals to 5 and y equals to negative 2, they are the solutions. Okay, so over here what it says is, so in general a system of linear equation can be written in the form ax equal to b. So can you see that your this is your a, and then your xy is actually your capital X, and then the right hand side is actually your b. Okay, so the x, the capital X is what you need to find. Okay, the capital X is what you need to find. Okay, so what do you do to find your capital X? Which means, what do you do to find x and y? Okay, so now we will make use of matrix. So can you see here, if we pre-multiply each side of your ax equals to b by c, so you take c times your left hand side ax, and then you take c times your right hand side b, and you will end up with this. Okay, you will end up with this, and then therefore your X is actually your CB. Okay,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. So this means what? This means if C exists such that CA equals to the identity matrix. So how do you get the identity matrix? Okay, we talked about how we get an identity matrix in our last lesson, right? So the multiplicative inverse of A denoted by A inverse satisfies this. Okay, so if we look at this closely, let me grab this. Okay, I'm sorry. So let me grab it. This is a very important part. So let me get it to this here. So what it means here is, if we were to take this question to the next slide as well. Okay, so what we can do here is we can actually have this 1, 2, 1, 1, and we have this xy, and then we are supposed to get 3 and 4. Can you see that this is our A, and then this is our X, and this is our B, and of course X is what we need to find. Okay, so now what we need to do here is, if we can get rid of our A, okay, then we can have X equals to something, right? So how do we get rid of our A here? Okay, so over here it says we can actually, so in order to get rid of this A, we can actually do this. We can actually times A inverse on both sides.
Okay.
We can actually times A inverse. Okay, by the way, it doesn't matter if we have this. Does it matter? Okay, this is called associative, the associative property we learned at the beginning of this chapter. Okay, so this is the associative property of matrix. So this one is valid. Okay, so if we times A inverse on both sides, so can you see that your this A inverse and your A actually cancel each other? Can you see that it cancels each other?
Yeah.
If it cancels each other, so basically your X, which you need to find, is actually A inverse times B. So now the question is, given A here, how do you find the A inverse? Okay, how do you find the A inverse? That's what we need to learn today. Okay, how do we find A inverse given a 2 by 2 matrix A? Okay, so let's look at how we can find A inverse. So to find A inverse, okay, to find A inverse, over here, if A is this, the value AD minus BC is called the determinant of A. Okay, so first thing first, we need to find the determinant first, because this is the formula actually. This is the formula to find A inverse.
Right.
So if I put my I put my A inverse formula beside here. So okay, let's look at the words in this box first. So basically, you are having this A equals to ABCD. Okay, the value AD minus BC, which is this AD minus your BC. Okay, they will give you the determinant of A. Okay, denoted by the absolute value of A. Okay, You want the absolute value of A. Okay, let me bring it to the back. Okay, seems like I should get it to the front, huh? Okay, good. So first you need to find the determinant first. That's your first step. Okay, next, if A equals to 0, okay, how come? I thought I already like bring it to front already. Okay, good. So now if your absolute value A equals to 0, it does not exist. Why? Because you see, this is the formula. This is the formula. If you have your this A over 0, you should know, right? 1 over 0 or anything given by is minus 1 and 2 and then 2 and 2. So you will get minus 1 times 2 is minus 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So you get minus 2 plus 4 is 2. Okay, so 还没有，还没有。Yeah, hi, I'm back. If you are back, let me know.
来帮我看一下，你不是握力比我厉害吗？这个超级近，开不出。那就，太晚了，我下次不买这个。
我还是啊，这样。电影好啊，对对对。我还是属于經驗嚟嘅咧。Hello。喂，小紅喂。啊。
Okay, welcome back. Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Great. Okay, let's move on. Done. Okay, let's look at this. Question 1 first. Let's do an easy question first. Okay, so I will pass question 1 to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question 1 says
honestly don't understand how it works.
Okay, so first, so you are asked to find the inverse of this. So you are asked to find the inverse of this. Okay?
Yeah.
So to find the inverse of it, so basically let's say this is your A. Wow, this is so, let me choose a, okay. So let's say this is your A. Okay? So you are asked to find inverse of A. Okay? So inverse of A is, so first thing first, I need to take the formula to this page. I need to put it side by side. So I just need to make use of the formula.
Right.
Okay. Of course, if you want to memorize it, by all means, go ahead. But for me, I don't think you should memorize it if it's given. Okay, if it's given in your formula booklet. Okay, so over here, so this inverse of A is actually one determinant of A, and then what? And then this D, and then your A minus B, and minus your C. So basically this is the formula. Okay, so first thing first, your job is to find out what is your determinant A, and then just shift your ABCD. Okay, so our job is to find out what is our determinant A first. So determinant A is given by this AD minus BC, right? Okay, so in this case, which one is your A? 5 is your A, right? And then 3 is your D, right? So that means 3 times 5 times 3. And then BC, which is 6 times 2. So therefore your determinant is 15 minus your 12. That will give you 3. Okay?
Yeah.
So remember, so over here is there is a modular sign, but the right hand side AD minus BC, you don't need to put the modular sign over there. Okay? You don't need to have a modular sign. Okay? Remember it. Okay? So basically the answer is 3. So now what you need to do is you just need to sub in your 1 over determinant A, which is 3. And then now D should be here. So what's your D? Your D is 3, right? So you write 3 here. Okay? So your this blank is minus B. So B is 6. Minus B is minus 6. Okay? So now let's fill in this blank. So this blank should be minus C. C is 2. So minus C is minus 2. Okay? Then now your this A, your A is 5, right? So therefore your this blank is 5. So that's it. So your inverse is actually, you just times in your 1/3. So you get 1, you get minus 2, and you get 2 minus 2/3, and then you get 5 over 3.
Sure.
Okay, so that's your A inverse. Okay, so far so good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So with this example, then I will pass the second part B. I will pass part B to you. Let me get part B over. Yep, so I will get part B over. Okay, so now you have to find part B. Okay, do it on a piece of paper. And this is the formula. Okay?
How do you get 1/3 then?
So my 1/3 is actually given by this. Can you see this? 1 over 1 over determinant A, so it's 1 over 3. So my determinant A is 3, right? If my determinant A is equals to 3, so therefore it's 1 over 3 here.
Oh,
And my determinant A is given by this formula. Okay?
right.
Hmm. Yeah, so try part B, which is find inverse. So you don't do this part first, okay? Just do the inverse of this first. Okay?
Three.
You found the answer already?
Four, two. These versus then there's A. Two.
So can I verify what is your determinant first? Because over here is plus, right?
Two. Is it
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Why is it?
okay, so
Hello?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. So you can actually look at the screen. So minus 4 times 1. So 3 times 2 minus your BC. So it's 6 minus minus 4. So therefore I get 10. Am I right?
Yeah.
So therefore the determinant A is 10. So therefore 1 over determinant A is 1 over 10.
Why? I don't understand. What?
Okay, so let me erase this first. Okay, we are looking at this one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so first let's find out your determinant A. So do you know why my determinant A is 10? So do you
No. No.
so I take AB AD minus BC is the formula given. This is the determinant of A. So therefore AD minus BC. So AD is 3 times 2, right? Am I right? This is AD, right?
Yeah, it's 80.
Okay. So BC is minus 4 times 1, right? Which is here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you get? 3 times 2 is 6, right? Minus minus 4 is 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know how? So that's why you get 10, right? Your determinant A is 10, right? Am I right? So are you okay with the determinant A? Hmm?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yep. So first, the first step is to find out what is the determinant A first. This is our first step. Okay, this is always the first step. Okay, then the second step is we need to make use of the formula here. So the formula is 1 over determinant A times D negative B negative C A. So our determinant A is 10, right? Given by this, so therefore I get 1 over 10, right? So I times. So what is my D? My D is 2, right?
Yes.
So I write my 2 here. So minus B. B is minus 4 just now. So minus B right now, you will get plus 4, right?
Yeah.
So here I will get minus C. C is 1, so minus C is minus 1. Okay? And then last, your A is actually your 3, right? That's how I get my this matrix. Then after that, then you can of course times your 1 over 10 inside. So are you okay? Are you okay with this step?
Yeah.
Okay, then now I just times in my 1 over 10. I think this step is the simplest. So just 110 times 2, you get 1 over 5. And then 110 times plus 4, so you get 2 over 5. And then this will be minus 1 over 10. this will be 3 over 10. So that's it lah. So this is your your A inverse. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. So step one is always getting this determinant A first by the formula AD minus BC. Okay. Then you come to, so step one done. So you come to this matrix. So how you do it? You exchange place. You exchange place for these two. And then for the BC, you just add a negative sign in front.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Nothing much, just remember the formula and then that's it. Okay? So let me give you another one and you test it out on your own. Of course, given the formula. So let's say your this is A. Okay? So can you find the inverse A? So let me get the formula over. Let me close this first. Let me also close this. Okay, I think my program somehow just crashed. So never mind. Let me just get it here. Let's start from here. Okay, so this is the formula. So if you are given your A is 1025, okay, so what is your inverse A? Okay, go ahead, try this out. Is it large enough?
You can have the previous page.
Like I say, the previous page crashed. It's okay, let's do it step by step. So first thing, can you find me what is this first? The determinant A first? Which is
AD,
yeah, which is given by this.
the AD minus BC.
Exactly, yeah. So what is determinant A first?
AD is 5 minus 0.
Very good.
5.
Okay, good. So basically it's 5. Okay. So your this inverse A is equal to this formula, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you try what? So your determinant A is 5, right? Given by this, so it's 1 over 5. Okay. So tell me what is your D. So you need to fill in these blanks. The first one is D, right? So what is your D?
D is D is 5.
Yes, D is 5. Then what is A? So let's fill in this blank first. What is A? So we fill in this blank already. Now we fill in this blank.
A is 1.
Very good. So now we are left with this blank and this blank, right? So this blank is minus B. So minus B is what? Here. So we are supposed to do this. Minus B is
Minus B is 0.
yes. Then minus C, we are supposed to look at this. Minus C is
Minus C is negative 2.
yes. So that's it. So now you times your 1/5 into it. So it's 1, 0, 2 over 5 minus 2 over 5 and then 1 over 5. So that's it. This is your inverse A. So now you understand how to find the inverse of a matrix. Okay, okay. So yep. So let's do one more so that you are more familiar with how to find the inverse of a matrix. So let me give you B equals to 2015. Okay, so what is your B inverse? Okay, yeah, try it out. What's your B inverse? So this is the formula. Okay, this is the formula to find B inverse. Okay, try this out. Hmm? Find out what is your determinant B first. Then you find out this part. Second step.
Determinant B. What? How do you get determinant B?
How do you get determinant B? Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Zero. Right.
Mm.
8 equals 10 minus 0 is 10 or 10. Then is 5, 2, 0, negative 1. It's half 110, negative 0, and 1 Yeah.
So you're supposed to get this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay, so basically what you need to do is, this is your first step to get your determinant B, and then this is your second step. Okay, you just need to move your A and D, exchange place, and then what? Just add a negative sign in front of your B and C. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so pretty simple. Okay, so that is how you find the inverse of a matrix. Right, we are talking about a 2 by 2 matrix here. Okay, so yeah, so it takes some time. It takes some time to understand the formula here, which is given by this. Okay,
Yeah.
so it takes a while. Okay, because it's our first time we encounter this matrix and inverse matrix, so it's normal to take some time. Okay, so okay, okay, before we continue, so yeah, so that's about it for today, and then we can actually do more in our next lesson. Okay, so we'll stop at inverse matrix here. Okay. Okay, so by the way, the formula here, right, if you can see my screen, the formula here is derived by somebody else. Okay, we don't have to derive it ourselves anymore. Okay, by the way, this is the proof. Okay, this is the proof, but like I say, we don't have to go through the proof ourselves. Okay, you don't want to go through the proof yourself, you just want to take the formula and use it, right? Like you just want to use F equals to ma. Okay, so you don't want to go through, you don't want to prove the second law of Newton, right? Okay, so you don't want to go through the F equals to ma, You don't want to go through the proof, right? So just use the F equals to ma. Force equals to mass times acceleration. Okay. Similarly, we don't want to go through the proof how we get the inverse of A. We just want to make use of the formula right here. Okay. 1 over determinant A, and then we switch place A and D, and then add a minus sign in front of B and C. Okay. Yeah. So we will stop here. You have other questions for me?
No.
Okay, good. So if not, I will just conclude the day, and I will upload this video to YouTube channel. And if you have the time and you are interested, go ahead and watch the recorded video again.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, till today I have uploaded probably like 6 of our recorded lessons. So if you have the time and if you are interested, go ahead and watch it. So it's up there.
Okay.
Okay, for your own knowledge. Okay. Okay.
Sure.
So yeah, bye bye. Yeah, have a good day. Bye bye.